It's time to do another 2025 planner lineup update where I will be checking in with the planners that I started the year out with and letting you know what's working and what's not working. So stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that may be new, welcome. My name is Tracy and this is a girl with plans. So yes, here is my current 2025 planner lineup. I do say current because I did a check-in video at the end of January where I ended up removing 2 planners and some filler paper from my planner lineup. Basically, when I started the year, I really had a lot of aspirations to start doing a lot of different hobbies or learning and things like that. And yeah, 2025 has been quite the year thus far. 3 months in, it's been pretty busy. So I haven't really been able to do everything that I wanted to do. I probably could have squeezed some of the things in, like practicing Spanish in a written form, also learning some astrology, and, practicing my hand lettering. So I probably could have squeezed those in, but sometimes, you just want downtime. So I just kind of use my downtime as downtime instead of trying to fill in every hour with doing something productive, and decided to take those out of my lineup at the end of January. They may make an appearance. They are still on my bookshelf, but they're not going to be making an appearance for the start of the second quarter. Things are still busy. Life is still lifing. So yeah. So with that said, let's talk about my current lineup and how things are going. So first we'll talk about this one. This is the Hemlock and Oak Daily Planner. This is a full year in this bound version, so it is pretty thick. It's kind of rare to have a full year daily planner in any style. A lot of your disc bound ones are only like 6 months or a quarter or something like that. So to get a full year in one bound system is really unique. And Hemlock and Oak has really good paper. So when I first made the decision to try out this planner, I bought this planner at the end of 2024, and it is a 2024 planner. So it is outdated, so I do have to redate everything. But my idea was to use this for daily journaling, because that is what a lot of people do with these journals or these planners, because you can see the layout is really nice for journaling. Even though you have these numbers here for a schedule, it is pretty much an open space. If you have one that is currently in date, then you don't have to redate it. It's really nice paper quality. It's just a really nice looking journal. So a lot of people do use it for that. When I purchased it, the reason why I purchased the 2024 version was because not only do I not daily journal, I rarely journal once a week. So I kind of knew that there was a chance I wouldn't stick with it. And yeah, one weekend I knew I wasn't going to stick with it because I was forcing myself to journal even a few days that first week of January. And I'm like, yeah, this isn't fun. So I decided, because it is such a pretty journal, I do love the paper, I love the layout, that I decided to switch from my Go Getter Girl discbound system, which was undated, so I can use that any point, and then use this as my catch-all planner. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you any after the pens because as a catch-all planner, everything goes in here. So I have work stuff in here. I have like personal appointments with doctors' names and things like that. So it will be a lot of blurring. But yeah, it's been working great as a catch-all. I not only think that I will be using it for the second quarter, but I probably will be using this to the end of the year. And I love it so much that when Hemlock and Oak had a sale and things were running low stock, I went ahead and purchased a few more planners for the future, like 2026. So yeah, I like this as a catch-all. I'm going to continue to use it as a catch-all. There are a couple of issues that I've run into, but it has nothing to do with this specific planner. But I'll get into that in a minute. because it's going to be the same issue that I'm having with this planner. Again, not the planner, but the planning. So this is the Erin Condren Daily Duo. In July of 2024, I tried using a daily planner for my health and wellness planning, and I absolutely love it because I put so much information in my health and wellness planner. I was like, daily pages work great for me. I even tried to bullet journal for a hot minute, and that's just a lot to do. So I rather keep the bullet journaling to journaling and like creative journaling and not like actual planning or tracking stuff because it's a lot of work. So yeah, daily planners work great for my health and wellness. So I decided to try an Erin Condren Daily Duo because everyone rants and raves about Erin Condren planners and the paper. The paper is really nice. It is really nice. I really like the paper. I like the texture. Stickers do rip on, like it does rip the paper sometime when you pull off certain stickers. But I do like it. It's working well. But like I said, a daily planner that has the hours and a space for notes is going to work well for my purposes. I do like that there is a weekly section in between, like before each week, so I can kind of pre-plan stuff. But yeah, so it's working. The only thing I do not like about the Erin Condren is this is actually a good month. So like May. So when you get to, is this May or, oh yeah. So when you get to May, basically, hold up. Okay. So in this planner, for some reason, what they did is they started, I believe, with the 30th in May. And then these two were in April. So basically, Tuesday would have been in April. And for some reason, I don't know, the 30th would have been in May. So basically what they do is they just put the entire month together instead of the weeks. So if the month starts on a Wednesday, then your page in May is going to start on a Wednesday. Does that make sense? I don't plan like that, and I want my entire week together. So I did have to uncoil and recoil this to get it together. That was a pain in the butt. I did film a video if you would like to watch it. But because of that, I don't think I will be buying a daily duo for 2026. I do have a second half of this because it's a daily duo because they can only fit 6 months in one planner. So this one goes January through June. But this was an academic year planner. So my July through December is actually July through December 2024. So I will have to redate it if, I want to use it for July. The only reason why I say if is because if I have to redate it anyway, then I kind of treat it as an undated planner and I could use it next year. I have some passion planners coming in that I picked up during their Pi Day sale for $3.14. So I know I'm going to want to use that for health and wellness. I just don't know if I want to start it in July or if I'm going to wait until January. I think it's going to come down to how I'm doing as far as health and wellness in July, about whether or not I want to switch. Because if I'm like gung-ho, working hard, I might switch. Because you get 2 pages for like a 2-page daily. But if I'm just still struggling to like write in my planner, I'll probably stick to the Erin Condren. But for now, this will get finished through the end of June because I'm just going to stick with it. I did all of that coiling and recoiling. And like I said, it's working for the most part. Yeah, it's fine. The only issue that I'm having is the issue that I'm having with both of these is I used to really like telework from home, like probably I would say like 90% of the time. So like I would go into the office once a month, once every 2 months. Sometimes it would be more frequent than that. Like we would have some times where I might go in 5 times during the month. But for the most months, it was very rare. But now I'm going to the office a lot more, which is fine. But I find that when I go into the office, I am not writing in these planners at all. So I get home at the end of the day. I don't check in with them. I don't write. I don't back plan. I don't like even check in with them to see what I need to do for the evening. This is a complete tracking planner. So Obviously, I'm not working out. So I don't write anything in here. And then for my daily, sometimes it's just nothing in there for the days that I go into the office. So I need to get better about that. So that's where this one comes in. So this is the Aura Estelle Weeks Planner. This one, I absolutely love the layout. I love using it. So here's the layout. You have, this is also outdated. So yes, this is 2024. So you have 8 squares here. Like one is like this week, and then you have your 7 days. And then you have 7 daily pages immediately following it. And then you have your next week. So this is a great layout for me because I use the 7 daily pages to I hide the date and then just make them categories. So because I'm using this for social media, like a category might be YouTube. And then I'll just list the YouTube videos I want to film for the week. And then check them off as I do it. So it works well. However, I haven't been using this planner, and the problem is with me not using the planner is rewind to 2024, I would be come Sunday evening, I will have all the videos filmed for the week ahead. So at that point, I was doing 4 videos a week. So I would already have 4 videos ready to go for the following week. Now I have 0 ready to go on Sunday. So I'm literally filming the day of. I'm only filming on weekends. So I guess that's not true then. I usually have 1 video ready to go on Sunday. But I usually film on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And I'm literally because of that, I'm just not ahead. I'm falling behind. So I need this so that way on 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, I can come in here, see what video I need to film and film it. So that's why I really do need to plan for social media. I'm just not doing it. And I love this layout. So I'm not sure if it's because I'm in a planning funk or if it's the fact that it's a standalone. I'm not sure. So I'm thinking about swapping this out and going back to the system that I used last year, which I wasn't 100% on point with, but I was definitely better with it. And possibly using this to solve the issue that I'm having with these. And use this for when I'm going to the office, take this with me. So it won't be filled in every single day. But if I go into the office on a Thursday, I can write down everything that would have gone into these 2 planners. So if I have a migraine, I can write down what I eat. I can write down my energy levels at 10 a.m. So then when I get home, I can transfer that to my wellness planner. If there's an appointments or scheduling or anything that I need to put into here, I can write it here so I won't forget it. So I'm thinking about treating this as an on-the-go planner. It'll probably be more of on-the-go when I go into the office, but it's going to be more of an on-the-go planner. That's what I'm thinking. And I'll tell you what I'm thinking about switching my social media back to. So now we're going to get into my Frankenplanners, which are currently these 3 planners. And Frankenplanners mean I take parts of these and put it into this. So I only have 1 disc-bound planner that I work in. So the first planner that is in my Frankenplanner is this one, which is the Calava Plan Dashboard Planner. So this is the dashboard planner. It looks like kind of what you think of with the dashboard planner. Your week over here. And then instead of having a template over here of boxes or checklists or anything like that, it's just a blank slate. So this is what I'm using this to supplement my daily planner because in the Hemlock and Oak, we have the monthly calendar. So we do have a monthly calendar in here, but we don't have a weekly overview. And I really need this weekly overview. I try to get away from doing the weekly overview. I try to use my Sunday daily and my Hemlock and Oak to jot down to-dos for the week. So that way I could flip there and kind of see it as a weekly overview. But I really need this. I need to visually see what I'm doing when I'm doing it. I don't need to use it every week. So if I'm working on a project at work and I'm going to be in the office for 5 days, but it's a work project that's going to be taking up the whole day, then I might not use this at all that week because there won't be any appointments. There won't be anything like that. But on weeks where I'm going to have appointments, like random work scheduling things, any type of due dates, or anything like that, then I like to see it. So that way when I create a task list, I can kind of figure out where I can pencil in some of those things. So I think I'm going to continue using this as my supplement to my daily catch-all. It's working well. It's working fine. Like I said, I don't stress myself with it. If I use it, I use it. If I don't, I don't. So I don't decorate it. Like I only decorate it if I know I'm going to use it for the week because I don't want to waste stickers. And then the final planner is my budget planner. So here is the undated budget planner. Let me flip to one that is full. So I bought, is there any in here that I can actually show you? Because these pages, okay, here they are. So this is the Happy Planner budget planner from 2 years ago. I picked up a couple of them at the time because Hobby Lobby had them for like $3.50. And when you get a whole planner, my thought was, at the time, I wasn't even budgeting, but I was like, okay, if I choose a budget, now I have 2 budget planners, but I have these undated calendars that I can use in times that I want to use an outdated planner. Then I can switch and use this calendar instead of an outdated calendar, so I don't have to do all the whiting out of like the holidays and things like that. So I could do that, and I don't really use the calendars as much in here, so that's why I have a lot of calendars and no pages. But for this one, I don't use these 2 because I create my own inserts. I have done a budget section setup video, so definitely check that out if you're curious about my DIY inserts. I've also done some monthly resets where I've kind of gone over some of that as well. So definitely check my playlist out to see some of those videos. So this is what I use from the budget planner. The weekly expenses, I use them as category expenses. I'm not going to get too much into it because I say it all the time. Just for those of you that are, have come to my channel before and seen these videos. So like instead of weekly expenses, I'll white that out and do like stationery supplies or craft supplies, and then list everything that I spent that month for crafts. And then, travel expenses, which would be like clothing for travel, anything that I'm buying because of that trip. So that's what I do there. And then with my DIY inserts, and then this one, this is like the wild card. This planner I was originally using to supplement this planner, which was the social media planner. Because I was using this in 2024, pretty much all of 2024. And I was using these 2 pages to jot down my monthly social media goals and stats. And then I was going to kind of use this more as memory keeping. So my thought process is I would save these 2 pages at the end of the year, put them on an archived disc bound system. So then if I continue using this particular type of planner for like 5 years, I would have 5 years worth to like flip back and see all my stats. Well, I have decided that I would rather have that information in a journal. It's just a personal preference. I don't really like housing a lot of memory keeping type things on a disc bound system. I would rather have it in a journal. Like I said, that's totally personal preference for me. I just like having this on my bookshelf and being able to reach for it. So I did a setup video of this also at the beginning of the year. I can't do full on flip throughs of this because I do have some private and personal information on some of this, but you can see I ended up going with the 80s and 90s theme here. That kind of inspired me. So like I did a 24 and 25 stats page. I couldn't fill it all out, but it just kind of like the number of followers and subscribers with the Lisa Frank. And then my 2025 annual page is an MTV nod from the 90s. And then my March page is here. So this is what I had been doing here. So this is where I am going to write like milestones for the month, stats for the month, and things like that with social media. So this is going to last me 3+ years. I think it's going to easily be 3+ years. So that's the reason why I went this route, and I'm so happy I did. So that leaves this layout, which I love. I love it. I love decorating it. I love it all. So this is the monthly layout. So you have this dashboard, which I explained how I used it for social media. But then you have these checklists. So once I stopped using this for social media in January, so maybe I filmed this later in January. I don't remember. But whatever. I really wanted to continue using this planner. So what I did was I decided to use the dashboard planner, the monthly layout for my monthly budget goals and to-dos. And I'm so glad I used it for this because I only used it for 2 months. Then I use it for February. Yeah, I used it for February too. I didn't do goals that month, but I only used it for 2 months. And this, I'll check it off when I go back and look through my budget at the end of the month. But it's really pointless. Like, who cares how many days I didn't do an Amazon spend? Because if I only spent on Amazon one day, but I had been building my cart the other 29 days, I still spent like $300. So it really doesn't matter. It's more about the amount versus the days. So this right here is something that I had never done until I incorporated this layout into my budgeting. These are just financial to-dos for the month. Anything related to finances. So I have like when I need to cancel a subscription or pause a subscription, if I need to call contractors to get quotes, it's just everything is in here. And because I'm only focusing on finances, there are to-dos and things that I would have skipped when it came to like putting it in my goals planner or my daily planner. So just doing it here, I just liked it. And I really like the top priorities as well. So those were 2 things that I hadn't really focused on much until I started incorporating the monthly layout because I was trying to figure out what to use the space for, and that's what I came up with. And then Live Love Posh, which I am an affiliate for Live Love Posh, so don't forget my discount code, AGWP10 to save 10%. But they released Budget Babe sticker book, and there's some decorative stickers. This came from that. But there's also a lot of these functional stickers. And I used it here to kind of come up with category budgets. And, of course, I'm filming this and I have not finished the month of March. So none of this is going to get filled in until the end of the month. But I love this. I love having category expenses. So this has worked great. However, I was realizing I don't need this layout to do all of this, especially now that I have a budget book. I have things like this. I just have a lot of functional type stickers that I can use for some of this. So I think what I'm going to do is, because I think I want to use this for social media again, I think I'm just going to use regular filler paper that I have. I have some like Live Love Posh specialty type filler paper, plus I have just regular dot grid. I think I'm just going to use some of that for this. So I'm going to basically apply what I learned here. So I'm so glad that I used this layout because I learned things about what I want to track when it comes to budgeting as far as a monthly overview. I'm just going to apply the same concept to just blank paper, and then I'll use, stickers to help save me some time. So then that opens up this planner to kind of use to replace this for social media planning. I had been using it previously. Like I said, this I had been using for stats. And then this is my list page. So I can just do like how I was doing it for the days here. I can just do 1 page per category here. Previously, I had Frankenplanned when I was doing social media. Frankenplanned this planner with another planner, like weekly overviews. So like a teacher layout. Teacher layout was pretty much the one that I used. And that was fine, but I find that lists just work better for me than trying to figure out what to do on certain days. So yeah, I think this is going to be my social media planner again, and I'll be Frankenplanning it into this planner as well. So I think that's it. That's it as far as my planners go. I'm still using a lot of journals. Reading journal, health and wellness journal, daily journal, weekly journal, not daily journal. monthly memories journal. I sound like Forrest Gump when he's talking about shrimp. Yeah. So, yeah, that's not going to be in this video because it's just a lot to go through. Maybe I'll do another journal video and we can chat about those and maybe changes that I would have made if I was starting it anew. Because once you start writing in a journal, you really can't stop, because then what do you do with that journal? So it's not like you can start over again. So maybe I'll do one of those videos. But yeah, so this is kind of the update to my 2025 planner lineup. Not much is going to change. Like I said, I'm going to move a few things around to see if I can kind of get back in that planning mode. We'll see if it works. Fingers crossed. I'll keep you guys updated, but I'm thinking the next check-in will probably be July, and we'll see what happens then. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for staying till the end of the video. These do tend to be on the longer side and a little chatty, but I like to kind of thoroughly go through my thoughts on my planners, because if you are shopping for planners, because I don't know when you're watching this, you may very well be watching this in November of 2025. But, you know, if you're shopping for planners, it is kind of nice to see what people like and don't like, because some of the things that I'm saying I don't like, you might be like, oh my gosh, I would love that. So then that means you would want it. So it just kind of, you know, gives you a different perspective of certain planners, or maybe even helps you think about uses for certain planners. So yeah, that's why I kind of go a little bit more in depth, and these do tend to be longer. But with that said, I do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please hit that like button. If you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing to my channel. That's all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.